So good evening to all of you. I'm Dimuthu Suranjana, fellow member of CSC Lanka, and going to discuss the common freezing related with the strategic management subject. As you are aware, how the paper is set, right? So you have an idea what is the requirement expected from examiner on the pre-scene, right? So I will take few minutes to explain this one further. If you look at about the strategic management paper, strategic management paper consists of two main parts, part A and part B. Part A consists of two questions. In part B consists of one questions. This part A normally include two 25-mark questions. This include each questions carry 25-mark questions. 25-mark questions. Then part B consists of 50 marks questions. Part B consists of 50-mark questions. This part A include actually two mini case study questions. Two mini case study questions. Right. In our discussions, this pre-scene is connected with this part B. This connect with the part B. Here, you know that 50-mark question will be tested based on pre-scene given. So it depends on these 50-mark questions depend on the pre-scene given. So this pre-scene is normally issued 1 month prior to the exam. Since the exam is postponed, now you get more than 1 month period. So pre-scene, then what happened? There will be unseen develop. Unseen is given in the exam hall. Unseen is given in the exam hall. So what is your role here? Right? You want to analyze the pre-scene and go for the exam. You have to work with the pre-scene and right. That particular knowledge you have gathered by analyzing the pre-scene should be carried forward to the exam. Right. So what is the importance of analyzing pre-scene? So I will discuss that also a little bit. Importance of analyzing the pre-scene also. So what can happen is within the pre-scene, there may be some informations that are used by the examiner to develop a question with the unseen part. So what the examiner can do is he may test a question in your paper that should be addressed from the pre-seen information. That is one scenario. Purely you have to address with the pre-seen scenario. And the second scenario is more common. In there, that particular question should be addressed with the pre-seen plus the unseen part. You have to use both pre-seen and unseen part to address that. Right? Then in that scenario, so you may have to do some adjustment to the analysis you have already done. And you have to update your analysis with the unseen information given. So that's why it's important to be familiar with the pre-seen. Now, how many times you have read the pre-seen? How many times you have read the pre-seen? So anyone who is going to answer? How many people have read the pre-seen more than 3 times? Yeah, I can't see you, right? You can send a message. I can see you, no? Yes, I can see you. So how many people have read the pre-seen more than 3 times? Good. So reading 3 times is really good, right? One say 3 times. You have read the pre-seen. Right. I suggest you to read the pre-seen at least 5 times. Minimum 3 times, right? But prefer to read it at least 5 times. Right? So that is very important. Right? I will show you this SL5 case study pre-seen this time. Give me 1 second. I will show it to you, that one. Right. This is SL5. So see, what I have done is I have highlighted, I have highlighted, I have gone through this information more than like 10 times. This is with SL5. SL4, I have just started, now comments. So maybe at least 10 times I have to go through when I have completed my analysis on this. Right? So normally, so it's important to do your analysis based on the pre-seen. I will show you analysis I have done for this SL5. See this SL5, this is only for strategic management part. Strategic management part cover 45% of the 80 marks, right? Now look at the analysis I have done. So I have done 101 analysis. You'll be amazed to see that, no? Right? 101 analysis for this SL5. Right? So now in the exam, this will be an important one. So this SL5 is open book, right? Therefore, students can go with this document, right? So, for example, if sort is required, then they can extract the information from this. Now, here you have some sort of a disadvantage compared with SL5. Since this is a closed book exam, you can't go with the material. Therefore, you have to keep the analysis within your head. That's important. Keeping the analysis within your head is an important task. Right? Right. So I just want to show you this what type of analysis you have to do. Then I will show you the importance of conducting analysis, right? So here, this is SL4 December 2021 paper, right? Is you know that question number 3, section 2, part B is based on the common free scene. Right? It's based on the common free scene. Now look at the questions, number of questions they have tested. Now see, now if you look at about this this pre-scene is very limited information. Very limited information is given as pre-scene. Now see, it's clearly mentioned questions 3 based on the common pre-scene. So it is based on the common pre-scene, right? Now, look at the first sentence mentioned in the unseen part. In addition to the information provided in the pre-scene in connection to Equic Office Solution Private Limited, you are provided with the following additional information. Now the things are updated. Now see, it's not a long information. The unseen part is very limited. See, it's maximum 1 page, right? If you ignore, see, it will be maximum a little bit more than 1 page, no? Right? So therefore, the important is you have to work with the free scene. Unseen part will be very minimum one. You have done this all this analysis based on the pre-scene, so that will give a competitive advantage to you, right? Now see, competitive advantage. So now I think you are at the end of completing CA, right? You are at the end of completing CA. Therefore, what you can do is you can become a qualified chartered accountant soon, and even you can leave the country. In a situation like this, I think you can leave the country for a temporary period. So country need dollars, you can help the country. At the same time, you can develop your skills also, go to a foreign country, right? So it's a 6-month period time, no? Within 6 months, you can complete all these stuffs and you can migrate to another country, right? So it's a golden opportunity. So what you have to do is you have to work with the free scene. It's important to work with the free scene and do whatever the analysis you have to do, right? So one approach I'm suggesting is you start from strategic management study facts, right? You start from the strategic management study fact, then you go through all the topics and check whether those subtopics included within the study fact can be analyzed or can be applied to the given scenario. For an example, say here we'll say level of strategy. Start from the level of strategy. You just check whether level of strategy can be applied to the given scenario. If so, then all right, do your own analysis. Right, do your own analysis. Then we'll say now these are great, you know, these triggers. You check whether there is any opportunity to use triggers for initiation of strategies. If so, then identify them and right, include in note. Then again it says whether you can do analysis on strategic planning process. Like that, you go through from beginning to end. That is what I am suggesting you, beginning to end, and whatever the model you can apply. So right, try to apply it. Do the analysis. So here, one of the challenges actually you have to be, you have to remember the things. This is not an open book, but anyway, when you are doing this analysis, when you are going through the same things again and again with your analysis done, then it will be remembered in your mind. So then in the exam, you can answer that one well, right? That is what I am suggesting you. I will show an example for you. This is This is the analysis I have done in December 21 exam. Right, this is the December 21 exam I have done. Right, I try to start from the SWOT, that is general. Right, so you can start the work with the SWOT analysis. That should be the starting point. Right, then financial analysis. That is only for getting some idea about the financial information. That is not much important to us. Then pestle. Five forces. General things actually. Leadership style. Talent management, visions, triggers, the sense of product market expansion rate, triggers, strategy lenses, value chain, capabilities, critical success factors, 7S model, product life cycle, BCG metrics, generic competitive strategies, study clock, mission, segmentation basis, targeting, positioning, Herbal two-factor theory, Handley's classification of organizational culture, Johnson and Spuller's cultural web, change management, business value, inventory management and warehouse management system, CSR, impact of technology on the value chain, enterprise resource planning system, ERP, e-marking, 6Is, B2B applications, cloud and mobile technology, big data, off-street framework, cage framework. So these are some of the example analysis I have done. Right. So you have to do these analysis related with this case study given. Right. So I will show you the exam paper last time. Question raised. The first part is advise the management ESL how to create value through its supply chain. How to create value through its supply chain. That is theory. Right. Then part B, consider the background detail of ESL and the changes identified by economists. Analyze the value chain ESL using the value chain model proposed by Michael Porter. See this one. So analyze the value chain of ESL. Now see that value chain already I have done. Already I have done the value chain. I see number 11 based on the preceding given. So as a students, if you have done that, right, it is there. You have already done the analysis regarding the value chain. So now see part 1 can be analyzed. Then look at the next one. Discuss the technological advancements that are required in developing primary practices of the value chain of ESL to face the new challenges you see in the market. These technology adaptations of value chain. That also be done. Right. Already done that one also. Technology adaptation of value chain. See this one. Sorry. See this one. Impact upon the technology of the value chain. These technological adaptations part. So see, you have already done that part also. Now see, this B part is totally covered. The next one, propose suitable growth strategy using ANSOP growth vector matrix for the group. ANSOP part. You have already done that one. ANSOP analysis you have already done. Right? So based on that, you can answer that part also. Now see this one. See? ANSOP part. So can we handle that part? Then next one, see, aspect of talent management. That was also done. See, talent management. See number 6. Our question is explain four aspects of talent management, how user can input talent management each aspects. Now see. So already we have done the analysis on this. Right? So you can handle that one. So the most important thing is to do whatever the analysis you can do with this pre-scene given. But so this time pre-scene, right, is very small. How many people observe that one? This one. How many pages will check this last time pre-scene? Give me 1 second till I download the last time pre-scene. Now see, this December 2021. Look at the number of pages. Number of pages. If you look at about this one, number of pages 22. Look at 22. Give me 1 second. This 22 pages, right? This 22 pages. Now, look at about this time one. Look at starting. The last time it is 22 pages. This time, when you see this time it is 15 pages. Already more than 30% reductions. From the number of pages, it's a 30% reductions. Do you agree? Have you observed that one? Right? So already 30% reductions of the pre-scene given. The next thing is within the page also information included is very low. I will show you. The first page, for example. There is first point page. This is this time case study first page. Right? Look at the first page of this one. To count the word, number of word, right? Right. Since this will be, can I count this one? So I can't count this PDF, no, right? I can't count it. Look at this. So this lot of information, no? But look at this one. What do you think? One may last time. So lot of information. Look at this time. Those 2 pages. Left hand and right hand margin put up the I observe that one. I personally think this is less than 50% compared with the previous time case study. Less than 50%. So is that good? Is that an advantage for you? What do you think? How many people have idea on that? What do you think? Is there an advantage for you? How many people think like that? Advantage or disadvantage? Nalin say it's not an advantage, right? What do you think? It can be in either way, right? It can be gone in either way, right? One is examiner may come up with more information with the unseen. If that happens, that's a disadvantage. If examiner come with more information in the unseen, that will be a disadvantage, right? Uh, but right, because why that become a disadvantage? When examiner has come up with more information in unseen, then within the exam hall itself, you have to go through those information and do the analysis. You are not familiarized with that. So that's the disadvantage. But right, how it can become an advantage? So because limited information mean you can do little analysis. And examiner's point of view also, he can test only limited tools. That will be a disadvantage from your point, right? So, it can go in either way. Anyway, my advice is to go through this pre-scene in detailed manner. So that's the advice I can provide for you. Detailed analysis should be done, right? Right. So I think it's enough of developing the background informations. Right. Actually, I have only little few pages to be analyzed because some of the financial information are also there. Let's see from page number 3, all these financial information. See. So I think I have to analyze 7 pages maximum. Really very small one. So last time financial information was not so lengthy like this. So in relation, my subject is very low information, limited information I have. Here, see, this page, how many pages here? This 5 pages, then last 2 pages. Only I have to analyze. 7 pages I have to analyze in this case regarding strategic management, right? So I will start my discussions, right? So I think it will take only limited time. So if time permit, we'll do some analysis also based on this, right? Uh, anyway, so what do you think? Any questions from the area I have discussed up to now? Any question, any clarification you want to get before going through the case given? Right. So I recommend you to get a pen and the paper also. You can do the required notes. And I hope that you have already taken a printout of this one. Then you can identify some of the point I'm mentioning and you can make a note. If time permit, we'll try to do SWOT analysis, even pest analysis, even 5 forces. That we'll see. Right. Any questions? No questions. From the area I have discussed, so you don't have questions, no? Right? Right. So we'll move to the case. So look at the company name given here, Ceylon Ayurveda Private Limited. Ceylon Ayurveda Private Limited. Now, here they have given the information related with Ayurvedic company. So you have to think about some of the companies exit. So then it might be easy for you to understand the things given here. For example, when it is mentioned as Ayurveda, so any names it come into your mind? Ayurvedic companies. So then you have a certain idea about how their business model work. No, then it much easier for you to absorb the things given here. Any names you can recommend it here? When you hear about Ayurveda, any companies known to you? Many people say Siddha Lepa. That's fantastic, right? Even in my mind, so the first name came into my mind was Siddha Lepa. Good, right? So then it's easy to understand the model. Oh, link, another name came into my link, right? Window Lanka, another name came into my mind, right? Right. So Ceylon are with the private limited. So, so there are a few things. Are there any listed companies in Sri Lanka? Are there any registered company, listed company in share market? As per my knowledge, no. Therefore, I don't think that this is a listed company, right? So very low possibility to give information about listed company. That's the first things which come into my mind, right? So on the other hand, this may not be a large organizations, probably a medium-sized organizations, because Ayurvedic companies are not very large in Sri Lanka, right? Right. Remember, another point is with the pre-scene. So openly students do a mistake. So sometimes students try to identify uh, uh, similar company for the pre-scene given information. So for the company information given the pre-scene and this mirror company, we use the word mirror, and they try to find more information about that company. That's not necessary. Remember, so right, in a CA case study, what happened is examiner look at about the real company information, then based on that, he create a story. Therefore, wasting your time to find out some information about existing company will not give any value to you, because the scenario that will be given by the exam will be completely different, right? So therefore, I recommend you not to spend time on that, right? We'll go through, now look at the first introductions. Ceylon Hardware the Private Limited. So he has used the short term, that is CAPL, right? I think so. With the coming information, he will use this word short term. CAPL was established in 1979. 1979 company. So it is 23 years old company. Was established in 1979. So if you go for a SWOT analysis, what do you think about this established year? Is there any factor we can be taken to the SWOT analysis? What do you think? Yes. Right. So you can have a document also. You can have a Word documents, and then you can develop the SWOT analysis with my discussions. I hope it's okay for you. It's accessible to you, right? So you can identify a strength. You can identify a strength. What the strength you can identify? Now this company, if you look at about this particular company, this company is an experienced company. CAP is an experienced company. It was established in 1979 and it's a 43 years old company. So it's a plus point, right? So, right. So that should be the first strength you can identify. You can CAPL is an experienced company. CLPL is an experienced company. In the market for more than 30 years. sorry, more than 43 years, 43 years in the market. Right. So that should be the first strength. Then it was founded by Herat family, hailing from the central province of Sri Lanka. Now we talk about the history. This particular organization was founded by the Herat family. They come from the central province. The company manufactures and sells healthcare products, Ayurvedic pharmaceutical, herbal beauty products, oils and beverages. Now they talk about some information about the product portfolio. What type of products they are offering to the marketplace, right? So what are the types of products they offer to the marketplace? They manufacture and sell healthcare products, Ayurvedic pharmaceutical, herbal beauty products, right? Oils and beverages. So now you have an idea about the product range. CAPL head office is located in Kandy. It owns many agricultural plot of land in Kandy and Padu to cultivate herbs. Head office is located in Kandy. So will location provide an advantage for them? So maybe, right, they may be able to find some bare land to cultivate the herbs, right? That's why they have mentioned that their main agricultural plot of land in Kenyan Paduk, right? Right. So you can identify some strength. One of the strength is this factory is located close to head office. It's one of the strength you can identify, right? Factory is located close to head office. One of the factory, no? Yes, one of factory is located close to head office. So I identify it as a strength for them, right? Any other point that you want to add here? Is there any other point you want to add? You'd like to add here? So I identify strength. The strength is one of factory is located close to head office, right? At the same time, agricultural plot also there, no? Yes, you can add that also. One of factory and agricultural plot. Agricultural plot is located. Yes, material can be found, easily found. Plot is located close to head office. Right. Right. So I change that one. One of factory agriculture plot is located close to head office. Right. So now from the introduction para, we got some idea about this. The second para, CAPL began to export its product to overseas market in early 2003. They are export-oriented company. Right. Today, the company has become a research-oriented company. So they are conducting research even. Chairman and managing director of the company is Saman Herat. Now they are going to provide information about the key managerial personnel. Now see this chairman and managing director of the company is someone here. Is there any issue with that point? Is there any weakness can be found with that? First sentence, exporter is a strength, or what do you think? You can say exporter is a right. Herbal product exporter is a strength. I will identify that one as a strength. Herbal product exporter. Any weaknesses here? Is chairman and managing director is company someone? Is that good? CEO and the chairman is one person. Is that good? As for auditing, I am asking from auditing point of view. Is there any governance issue? Yes, there is some governance issue. So you can identify it as a weakness, right? So weakness is chairman and CEO is same. So there is a governance issue. There is a governance issue. Right. Chairman and CEO is same. Therefore, there is a governance issue. Right. Then the board of directors also includes someone's son. He's one, and daughter Hansini. Right. So that means the next generation is already involved with the business activities. And next generation has already been involved with the business activities. One joined the business. That means to some extent that's a strength, right? Why there is no succession crisis? No, there is no succession crisis already. The next generation has involved in the business, right? So you can identify it as a strength. There is no succession crisis. There is no succession crisis. Next generations has already involved with the business. Involved with the business. The strength, right? Right. Then Ruan joined the business after completing the degree. After completing his degree in agricultural practice from University of Peradeniya. Hansini has a master degree in marketing and handle business development and overseas expansion. Right. So are there any plus point strength? This board of directors consist of highly educated people, no? Their qualifications are also matched with the business requirement. Now look at, for example, Ruan. So he's having a degree in agriculture that is connected with the business. Then the Hansini is having a marketing degree, can handle this business development easily, right? Yes, Ordinary had enough with education background. Then look at this, someone is 75 years old, is an entrepreneur and also qualified Ayurvedic doctor. See, his profession is 100% matching with the business, right? So we can say board of directors consist of highly educated people. It's a strength, right? Highly educated persons. Strength was identified with that. Right. Then CAPL, CAPL set up a research and development center in financial year 2021-22. What do you think? Is there a strength? So what do you think? Yes, right. Uh, it should be a strength, right? So we line 5 have this R&D center is a strength. They can do research activities. Yes, R&D should be a strength, no? Yes. If someone is a family dominated business, yes, it can be a weakness. Yes, you are correct. So family dominating business, there will be a lot of governance issues. It should be a weakness. Right. Then the center was set up to develop new products to meet the high quality standard. The center was set up to develop new product to meet the high quality standard required by customer. Right. Good. The company planned to implement a total quality management system due to complaint and some product liability claim filed by a few customers. There is an issue here. What is the issue here? Uh, so there are some complaints and there are some legal cases, right? So what about that? So something wrong with the quality of the products, right? So there is no proper quality management system. Now they are planning to implement that one. That's okay. So that indicate they don't have a proper quality management system. Should be a weakness, right? There is no proper quality management system in the organizations, right? So then in addition to that one, complaints and uh, uh, complaints and some product became filed by a few customers. Should be a weakness. There are some complaints and product liability claims filed by few customers, right? Right. So there are few legal cases pending in court according to company lawyer. Now, right, are there any theories that can be tested in the exam based on these areas? So in addition to SWOT, what are the areas examiner can target? Is one say TQM? Good. Yes. So this R&D can be a target area. Research and development. So this R&D is covered in two places. In one area is under the operation management that is covered. In addition to that, is covered under the chapter number 14 also, technology part also. So closely look at about the R&D topic, right? R&D topic cover in both one is operation management topic. Other one is in the technology topics. Is one area, right? Yes, this quality control will be a key area here. Quality again covering the operation management. Quality will play an important role here. Quality, right? So quality costs, different quality approaches. For example, TQM. Those will be a critical based on the information provided, right? So you can have a note on that also. Like for your target areas also. Target areas. So one target area we can identify is research and development. Research and development. Research and development. In another area, this research and development is covering two topics. One is operation management. Is covering operation management. Another topic it cover is technology topic, chapter number 14. Right. Then another area is quality. So quality, there will be certain things like quality cost. Then TQM. Those are some of the examples. Again, this cover under the operation management. Operation management. Right. Right. Anything else? Is there anything? Product development process. That may be another area examiner can focus. Product development process. Product development process. Again, that is covered under the operation management. Operation management will play a key role here. No? Product development process. Right. Any questions? Do you have any questions to get clarifications? Right. Then the Herat family owns 80% of the business, and overseas institutional investor Blue Rock Capital purchased 20% of the shares in financial 2021. So recently they have sold out 20% of the shares. Up to now, they had the 100% ownerships. Right? Which were share sold by someone with the objective of creating a more sustainable business with a special focus on environment, social, and governance aspects. This ESG is more connected with the auditing subject. Am I correct? ESG is more connected with the auditing subject. Yes, right. So therefore, that is more relevant with that subject. the company hopes to seek a listing on the Dirisavi board next year. Now we are planning to register in share market Dirisavi board. Now the business has been expanded to some extent. Right? They are planning to register on the Dirisavi board. You have to be careful look at about this share listing rules. No, there are some share listing rules apply, but again not relevant to my subject. I think again relevant to finance management. Is that relevant to finance management? This share market listing? Anyone? Yes, no. IFM and ABR. Yes. So, from our end, actually, we don't want to take anything. This already we have taken this family dominance. Now, company overview. Someone father is having 40%, one here at 20%, Hansini here at 20%, Blue Rock Capital 20%, ownership. Right. This then the governance and human resources. Governance and human resources. Ceylon Nagari Private Limited has a total workforce of nearly 500 staff. This should be some large, medium-sized organization, not the large one, medium-sized organizations. So, workforce of nearly 500 staff, we can identify as a strength. We can assume that they are experienced employees, right? So we'll take them as a strength. The company also sources staff for packaging purposes from 2 manpower agencies. Right, look at this. Our company also sources staff for packaging purposes from 2 manpower agencies. That means, so we have outsourcing arrangement. So packaging work is done by employees from 2 manpower agencies. Recently, few workers employed by the manpower agencies complained to the HR department that their statutory dues had not been paid by the manpower agency. Like statutory dues mean, what are the examples for statutory dues? Yes, EPF and ETF, right, are the mainly, right? So they have not paid EPF and ETF. This is serious concern, right? I remember when I was working as a head of finance in one of the company, so our janitorial work was outsourced to one of the janitorial firm. What happened, right? When one day I asked from one of the employee whether EPF is paid from your organization, then even he was not aware what is EPF. They didn't have idea on that. After I have explained that one, he said that so the salary from the salary, the EPF amount is not deducted, right? So that means EPF amount is not deducted mean so they're not paying EPF, right? So these employees are not educated much, but here fortunately these people are aware on the statutory right, so not paid. So then there's an issue from our end also. We may have paid, definitely we have paid the EPF portions, that 12% one and ETF 3%. But we have not closely monitor whether they are paying the EPF or not. So what is the risk we are having here? Is there a threat for us? Any threat for us? What do you think? Is there any threats? So, yes, there's a threat actually. What is the threat? We may pay some legal consequences of this. because right, we are also have a duty, right, to ensure that EPF paid by them. So weakness is we have not monitored. We have not monitored. Right, we have failed to monitor. Failed to monitor the uh, statutory requirement of statutory requirement of outsource company, source company, for example, EPF and ETF, right? EPF and ETF. Here the threat is at the same time we have a threat. Threat is we may face possible legal consequences. So legal consequences or legal actions taken by respect to legal actions taken by respective authorities. For example, EPF and ETF may have taken actions again even for us also regarding this. We may also a victim of this, right? So that is a threat for our business, right? Then CPL has a high turnover rate for field workers. So what do you think? What about that? CAPL has a high turnover rate for field workers. Should be a weakness. Yes, should be a weakness, right? So we'll identify that one as a weakness. High turnover rate for field workers should be a weakness. Right. Then due to high quality related issues, already I think we have identified that one as a weakness. No, there is no proper quality management system. Right. We identify that there are some complaint product liability claim file from a few customers. So within that you can identify this issue also. Quality related issues. There are some quality related issues. Quality related issues you can identify as weakness. Right. Then based by company and overseas expansion, it hoped to obtain international organization for standardizations, that ISO certificate, hazard analysis critical control point, HACCP certifications. What about that? That's an opportunity. No, you can get the relevant certifications that will help to increase the image of the company. So we'll identify that one as an opportunity. Opportunity to obtain these ISO and HACCP certificates. I hope you are note down these things, right? So we have the opportunity to get ISO and this is HACCP certificates. That's an opportunity. Right. Then there are nearly 100 staff in the executive and above categories. But before that, are there any area that can be tested from the earlier para. For this outsourcing, I remember there was a part in outsourcing here. This organized structures may be connected with outsourcing. It's 6.7, 6.8. That is all about outsourcing. Right, 6 point organized structure part and 6.8 outsourcing can be target area. Right, so have a note down on that one. Organize these modern organization structures maybe related with this one. Then outsourcing 6.8. 6.8 can be tested in the exam. So 6.8. Right. Next para, there are nearly 100 staff in the executive and above categories. There are nearly 100 staff in the executive and above categories. The due diligence carried out prior to acquisition of the 20% share by Blue Rock Capital revealed the following deficiencies in the HR governance and risk framework. Right. So, what are the points? There are some weaknesses here. Outdated information technology infrastructure. What do you think? Is that a weakness or threat? I will identify it as a weakness. Right. It should be a weakness. Then unlicensed software usage is a weakness or threat. What do you think? Should be a threat because that respective organization can take legal actions against you, like Microsoft, for example. Then lack of independent directors on the board. One can argue that's a weakness, yes. Or another can argue is a threat. I feel this should be a weakness. Less of weakness. Lack of enterprise risk management framework, again weakness. Lack of document policies and procedures, weakness. Lack of an audit committee, weakness, and maybe a threat for proper governance. There are a lot of weaknesses here given. Okay. Right. So you can identify those points as weaknesses. But there are some points I think relevant with the auditing subject. Am I correct? It's especially this corporate governance part. Right? Corporate governance is independent directors. Right? Then this audit committee, as part of corporate governance, that audit committee, then nomination committee, then remuneration committee, risk committee. Those are part of the corporate governance, no? Right. Right. So I can move to the next one. Blue Rock Capital has intimated its intention to get CFL listed on the Dirisavi board in the next financial year. Board, and someone, the chairman, has agreed to this. Again, this can say opportunity exit listed to listed in the Sirtai board in Sri Lanka share market. That's a opportunity. list on the Dirisavi board in CSC, no? Yes, in CSC. Right. Then in the next financial year, and someone the chairman has agreed to this, CAPL hopes to issue new shares to Blue Rock Capital in the next financial year, which will lead to dilution of the 80% currently owned by the family. The share ownership will be diluted. These funds are expected to be used to increase the production capacity in order to meet the demand of the overseas expansions. Opportunities exist, increase the production capacity. Right. So that's an opportunity. So you can identify that one as an opportunity. Right. Then a recent audit carried out by the Central Environmental Authority, CEA, revealed that there are few issues relating to waste disposal. Right. Few issues related to waste disposal should be a weakness, no? Yes. Should be a weakness. At the same time, there's a threat also. What is the threat? Threat is there. The CES has given the company 6 months to rectify the issues, failing which the license to operate may get revoked. The threat is possible legal actions by CEA, non-adherent to this environment laws. It's a threat. Possible legal actions by Central Environment Authority for non-adherence to environment laws. But still we have time to rectify this. So we have time to rectify this issue. The problem has been aggravated. Aggravated mean due to the few protects against the company organized by the villagers within the vicinity of the factory. Nagapatha in a Kattiya. Again, protects against the company is a threats, right? For the survival of the company. Again, threats. Okay, right. So this power cut, this power cut is still going, no? Right. I think they will share this one in the YouTube. I think this Aruna is there. I think Aruna, this will be shared. No, some students are going to face some power cut problems. Aruna, right? We'll share. Don't worry. We'll share. Right, this one. Right. Pure protects against the company organized by the villagers living in the vicinity of the factory. Then CAPL has many stakeholders, and it appears that the interests of certain stakeholders have not been properly identified and addressed. So when you read this one, at the point you can take. Civil has many stakeholders, and it appears that the interest of certain stakeholders have not been properly identified and addressed. This has led to a few issues. Yes, stakeholder mapping may be a possible area of testing your exam. Stakeholder mapping can be tested. So you can do a stakeholder mapping here, right? So it should be a weakness actually. Have not been properly identified address. Right? It's clearly say that it has led for some uh, issues. Should be a weakness. Right, and this had led to a few issues. A stakeholder approach to governance has been recommended by the shareholder who is very keen on incorporating sustainable principle in strategy development. Stakeholder approach to governance has been recommended by the institutional shareholder. That means that foreign company, no, who is very keen on incorporating sustainability principle in strategic development. Right. Opportunity exit actually to do this one. The institutional shareholder has requested for 2 board positions. At the moment, only 3 people are in the board, no? No, so sorry, information are not given on that one. Board position. Right. Are there any part related with sustainability in our subject? Yes. 10.4. That is related to actually strategy evaluation part, the sustainability. Is there any additional point? Sustainability? No, no. Right. So in my subject, I don't think that it will be tested. No possibility. So low possibility to test that sustainability aspects, right? So maybe tested in with ESG. Am I correct? There's a more possibility now. CSR. Is it possible CSR? CSR to some extent, I think it is relevant. So we'll say, give me 1 second. Say CSR. CSR also we discuss that one. Is more relevant is stakeholder part, stakeholders. Yes, to some extent this can be incorporated, but right, I don't think there's a more possibility on this, low possibility on that, right? Right. Right. Any more questions? In 2.3, product portfolio and business development. Now they are providing information on this product portfolio and business development. Main product categories of CAPL. What are the main categories? There are 5 categories: healthcare, pharmaceutical, herbal beauty products, essential oil, beverages. The financial reporting, the segment reporting may be important here. So under the healthcare, so toothpaste, hair oils, and health supplement products are there. Pharmaceutical, mainly pain relief, Ayurvedic medicine. Herbal beauty products, facial cleaners and toners, skin moisturizers, body wash, essential oil, nutmeg and clove oils, beverages, tea. Product wise revenue contribution is given below. So healthcare 25%, pharmaceutical 15%, herbal beauty product 20%, essential oil 35%, beverages 5%. So any strategic management tools you can use here. BCG may be possible and product life cycle with the more information, right? Those are another analysis you can do. BCG, then product life cycle analysis. Another things you can mention, is there any strength here? Diversified portfolio can argue that they have a diversified portfolio in Ayurvedic industry. Can be identified as a strength. Some extent you can argue in that way. Diversified portfolio in Ayurvedic, right? Industry. Ayurvedic. Right. Then the pharmaceutical turnover show a 15% increase in financial year 2021-2022 year-on-year compared previous year. So that has been increased. That means there is a more growth possibilities. There is a high demand for essential oil, especially from overseas market. Should be an opportunity, no? So there's a high demand for essential oil, especially from overseas market. So we can capitalize that one. There's an opportunity exit. You can identify it as an opportunity. The increase in turnover in essential oil category in financial year 21-22 was 25% compared to the previous year. So that show no that the opportunity is exit. The turnover of the other three product category did not show any growth in financial 21-22. Right here, BCG analysis can be done actually because of this market growth information is also available. Right, the growth information is also available. Based on that, actually, you can do this BCG and PLC analysis both together. Can be done here. Right. For an example, if you look at about the pharmaceutical industry. So pharmaceutical industry, what do you think? Growth rate is high. Growth rate is high. Our market share is 15%. Within our portfolio, it is 15%. Right. Most possibly, this can be analyzed as. So, what are the possible? If you take the BCG metrics, where you are going to right, put this pharmaceutical products. Can someone let me know? Can it be a question mark? Can't be a question mark, surely. Right? So star. One says star. Right? Anything else? can't be a dog actually. Can be a question mark actually. Can be a question mark, right? So it depends on the company informations, right? Increase in turnover in the essential oil is 25%. I think this essential oil, I feel essential oil is a star. Do you agree with my point? Right? Essential oil, I will say star. It's a star in BCG matrix, right? In product life cycle, this should be in the growth stage. Based on this current information, if the unseen information is changed, then you have to adapt accordingly, right? Then essential oil, we have identified that way. Then pharmaceutical, maybe question mark. We don't know exactly the position. Right? In question mark stage, maybe right, inductions stage, pharmaceutical, I assume like that, right? Can be a star. It depends on your argument, right? Can be a star. Still 15% there is no, right? Another three, this healthcare 25% market share is relatively high. No, I think this healthcare is can be categorized as a cash cow, and in the mature stage. Herbal beauty product also cash cow, mature stage. 20% market share. No, beverages maybe, right? Beverages. What do you think? Beverages low growth rate. Right. I think probably a dog decline stage, possibly in that category. Yes. So like that we can analyze, right? So, but based on this available information, right? When the unseen information is added, so you can see more avenues in there, right? Any questions related with that one? Then Hansini Herat, who handle head, that is daughter, no? She's daughter who head business development overseas expansion, has formulated plan to expand the local distribution network, which include about 5 new distributors this year. However, she is mindful of the numerous fraud that took place involving 2 distributors who are no longer in the network. And she has taken note of the need to keep track of the work of future distributors to ensure their integrity in the conduct of operations. Plans are also underway to open a few company-owned retail outlet in the Western Province as given below. These are opportunities, no? Expand the business activities, few retail outlet in the Western Province. So these fraud things may be related more with the origin subject. Right. Any other point you want to see? Maybe a weakness in the internal controls, no? So because these frauds show that there are some weakness in internal controls. Do you agree with my point? Right. Yes, there's a questions whether it happened within our organization because of happen with the distributors. Anyway, we assume that there are some issue in the issue with the internal controls. Right. The investment for outlet is expected to be 20 million. The company currently lack a proper banding and intellectual property right strategy. Something wrong. So we may not get the required patent right on this. Weakness. Right, we have weakness here. At the same time, there's a strength also. What is the strength here? IPR is important. The company has invested in state-of-the-art research center. They have a good state-of-art research center. Should be a strength. State-of-the-art research center should be a strength. Right. Then the cultivation of medicinal plant is carried out in the Western province and Central province. CAPL has also appointed many outgrowers and supported them through a loan scheme. In this project, there are over 400 small-scale farmers who receive advice on novel agriculture practice and equipment. So we have a good relationship, no? Right, with this over 400 small-scale farmers. So that's an example for strength. Relationships with over 400 small farmers. At the same time, there is a CSR part also here. So we are doing something good for the society. You know? So CSR part is here there. So examiner can test CSR here. Corporate social responsibility. It is also there. Right. Right. Then raw material. The company use many types of raw material in its manufacturing process as follows: extract of natural ingredient, natural product, herbal material, additives. Apart from the above, solvents, detergents, liquid and power, and packaging material are also used. Right. CP is planned to purchase software to automate the process related to field and factory operation as a manual system is currently used. Now look at the sentence, raw material. The company use many types of raw material in its manufacturing process as follows: extract of natural ingredient, natural product, herbal material, additives. Apart from the above, solvent, detergent, liquid and power, and packaging material are also used. So we plan to purchase software to automate the processes relating to field and factory operation as manual system is currently used. Right. In this area, actually, area like this ERP may be tested. He's trying to develop something, no? Right? So it's an opportunity to purchase software to automate the process related to field and operation. Right? So ERP may be a target area by the examiner. Right? Right. So opportunity exceed one in the target area may be the ERP system by the examiner. Right. Then, shall you have a small break also? You may be tired of, right? The lengthy sessions. We'll have a 15-minute break, right? We'll have a 15-minute break and we'll commence again at 4 o'clock. Welcome back. Right. Shall we move to next capital expenditure? The total value of PPE of the company increased from approximately rupees 1.37 billion in financial year 2021 to 1.85 billion in financial year 21 to 22. The increase in asset was mainly due to constructions of the research and development center. The main fixed asset item procured related to the building plant, lab equipment and tool. The current capacity of one of the existing factories was increased. A few obsolete plant and machinery were disposed of during financial year 21 to 22. Current capacity of one of the existing factories was increased. Should be opportunity, no, to capitalize that one. Increase capacity of existing factories should be an opportunity. Can capitalize, no? Increase capacity so we can capitalize that one. Existing factories. So more related with, I think, this finance related area. Right. Then the funding to build the R&D center was obtained through bank borrowing. Total borrowing increased by nearly 440 million in financial year 2021-22 compared to previous financial year. We'll look at our financial data later. So there may be a risk, no? There may be some leverage problems, or in other words, gearing problems. Right? These banks will obtain for a period of 5 years at the rate of 7% per annum for the first 3 years and at a variable rate for the 4th and 5th years. Risk, no? So these days interest rate is around 25%, but 7% is right, is a strength actually when you look at the current market trends. Then CPL is planning to procure new enterprise resource planning. Here see this ERP is given already, no? So we have judged, no, that that manual work should be eliminated. In previously we have just that ERP may be tested. So already it is given. So there's a high possibility ERP area, right? CAPL is planning to procure new enterprise resource planning software to automate the whole operations. The CFO was keen on implementing robotic process automation and business intelligence in the company. The CFO was keen on implementing robotic process automation and business intelligence, that BI, no, in the company. Robotic process automation, have we covered that one? This modern technologies, we check. No, not there. Right. Business intelligence also there, no? It's artificial intelligence and business intelligence is same or two different things. Business intelligence is that part of artificial intelligence. Also not there. I think no need to worry much on that part, right? Then the company spent nearly 27% of turnover, distribution expenses, and the CFO want to appoint consult career business for re-engineering exercise to optimize cost in this area. So that indicate there is a high cost in this area, no? Right, 20% of its turnover, distribution expenses. That means high cost of distribution expenses. There may be some issues, weakness, high cost of distribution expenses. right? Then CFA want to open a consult career of business process engineering. This should be a target area. He's mentioning about BPR. So can be a target area in your exam. BPR, business process engineering. Business process engineering. BPR. Target area for the exam. In accounting and finance, CAP will currently use an outdated version of backpack. Should be a weakness. Use an outdated version of backpack. Should be weakness. Several applications are used which are not integrated. That means issues. Again, weakness. No integrated softwares is used. That's why I think ERP is used. ERP will be introduced. ERP will solve this particular matter. Several applications are used which are not integrated. It's a weakness. The external auditor has pointed out that a fully integrated ERP system should be implemented to minimize the large number of manual journal entries. Right? The company also does not seem to have its IT policies in place. All are weakness. Large number of manual journal entries should be a weakness. Then does not seem to have its IT policies in place. No IT policy should be a weakness. No proper IT policies should be a weakness. No proper IT policies. The company also does not seem to have its IT policy in place. Many IT weakness and access right given to users were noted in IT general control review carried out by the auditor. See this IT control weakness to users. Weakness, right? So these are more related with auditing also. This application risk, IT risk. Am I correct? More related with auditing subject, but you can get something for us also, that is weakness. So when you have given more right to users, so they may do anything. So excessive access right, no, that means beyond what is required for them. So you have given access right. Would have raised concern about the capitalization R&D expenses related to the R&D center. Should be a financial better. The company declared dividend of 75 million and 39 million in financial year 2021, 21, 22 respectively. A dividend paid amount has been reduced. No, this 2021 they have paid 75 million, but it has been reduced to 39 million in 21, 22. Ethics, health, and safety. Several companies have been received by CAP on the quality of its products. Already we have identified that part. No, someone has stated that a qualified quality assurance manager need to be recruited immediately, and international quality standard should be implemented in the company. Right? Several quality certificates are currently sold by the company. So we have already taken those points into accounts. Then CFO is a chartered accountant. He is concerned about certain account treatment adopted by the company. After joining the company last year, he has voiced his concern on someone regarding the manner in which certain transactions are recognized as a finance statement, as he feels they do not conform to SLFRL case. Right. So non-compliance to SLFRL KRS. So it should be a legal threat, no, for the survival. So that may be more relevant with your other subject. Anyway, we can identify a threat because we may face some issues, non-compliance. Threats. Right. Anything else you want to clarify? You want to get clarifications? So have you done this financial analysis? Anything else we can take here? Financial analysis? What is the gross profit ratio? Gross profit ratio 56, no, 2022, 56, right? Then 2021, so we'll try to do a small financial analysis also. So you also do the same, right? Financial analysis. How many years informations are given here? So they have given 3 years information, no? Yes. We'll try to do some calculation on that one. So 2022, less relevant to my subject anyway. We'll try to identify any point whether relevant to us. Unaudited figures, no? 2021, then 2020, should be 2020, no? Yes. GP ratio, you look at a GP ratio, 2022, what is the GP ratio? You calculate GP ratio and let me know. I think it is 56.13. 13. Right. If you look at about the gross profit ratio for the same year, how much? Sorry, net profit ratio 3112 divided by 3141 is 9.9, no? Net profit ratio, NP ratio 9.9. Right. Then 2021, what is the gross profit ratio? 1626 divided by 2868. It is 56.7. 56.7. Then what is the net ratio, profit ratio for the same year? 367. 367 divided by 2868. It is 12.8. 12.8. Then 2020 gross profit ratio 1574. 1574 divided by 2751. It is 57.22. 57.22. Net profit ratio for the same year 4.11 divided by 1574 is 2 points, sorry, 26 point. Sorry, I think I have done a mistake here. 4111 divided by 0.275. 14.94. Yeah. Is there an issue related with that? GP, then NP, are there any issues? So I can't see any much issues based on the figures, right? So it seems to be okay. What about the distribution expense? So that is an area I think we are concerned in, no? But comparatively, I can't see much problem with that also. Right. So we look at about balance sheet also. Current assets. So shall we calculate this current ratio? It so seem to be also okay. Right. So is there an issue in current ratio? I can't see much issues. Have you calculated current ratio also? 2022, what is the current ratio? Is 1415, no? 1415 divided by 605. So good current ratio, no? 2.34. 2.34. Then what about 21? 1227 divided by 342. 359, no? Yes, yes, 3.6. Yes, you are correct. 3.59. 3.59. 2020. So what about 2020? 992, no? 992 divided by 282. 3.52. 3.52. Right? Yes. Anyway, if you look at about this GP ratio, NP ratio, current ratio, are they improving or are they right not improving? What do you think? Right. So if you look at about this particular period, GP ratio is coming down, NP ratio is coming down, current ratio is coming down. So that should be a concern actually. So we can identify that one as a weakness. So GP margin, NP margin, then NP margin and current ratio are coming down. Current ratio is decreasing. We say decreasing. Decreasing. Should be a weakness to concern. Right. So what about this leverage? Should be an issue, no? This loan part has been increased, no? Leverage, total assets to total assets to current non-current liability ratio. If you look at about that particular ratio here, or equity versus debt ratio is another one. The second one, I will take total assets to non-current liabilities, leverage one. Am I correct? Help me. I am not an expert in this area. You are the expert, no? So we'll try to develop some ratio related with that one. Is leverage one ratio, other one is gearing two, no? So I can calculate two ratios. You are master, let me know. I'm not an expert. Gearing 1 ratio. India, I will take gearing. I will take total is debt to assets. Debt to total assets, right? I don't know. You help me. I'm seeking your advice. That is one ratio I'm going to take, right? Other one I'm going to take is gearing to that debt to equity. Debt to equity, right? So we'll calculate that one also. So first of all, we'll look at about this total assets to non-current liabilities. Debt here, I assume that non-current liabilities. Calculate 8113 divided by 3660. 0.22. 0.22. 0.22 in the 21,474 divided by 2712, 1.7. Yes, 0.17, no? 0.17, am I correct? 0.17, no? Then the next one, 221, 221 divided by 216, 2126 actually. 10.4. 10.4. 10, no? 0.10. This leverage situation also increasing. It increase the risk, no? Right? Leverage is increasing, should be a weakness. So gearing is increasing. Gearing is increasing. Should be a weakness. Then if you look at gearing 2 ratio, this equity, debt to equity ratio, first year should be increasing, no? 8113 divided by 2243 through 0.36. 0.36. 0.36. Then second year, 474 divided by 1896. Sorry for the interruptions. There was a power failure. So again, I have to join with the dongle. Sorry for the interruptions. Right. So we were looking about this financial data. Then investment and other income. CAPL has invested in treasury bills and also in the stock market. A few concerns were raised by the CFO on the increased volatility seen in the share prices of certain companies in which CAPL has invested. There should be a right threat now, right? So increased volatility seen in the share prices of certain companies. It should be a threat. Right? So if it go in, if it is going down, it's a threat for us. Right. Then this is prior forecast. No, we don't want to worry about that one. That should be related to financial statement. This one also, this is also more relevant with finance management actually. Then financial benchmark, financial information of SPA Lanka PLC, which is similar size and complex of CAPL, listed on the Colombo Stock Exchange are given below. These figures may be of use for valuation of the shares of CPA. So we don't want to worry on that. That's also related to finance management. Then Annexure 1, profiles of directors and key management personnel as at 31st March 2022. Profile of directors and key management personnel as at 31st March 2022. Saman Hairat, Chairman, Managing Director, the designations. So industry has been 40 years, right? So we have already taken that competence management team as a strength. Ruan, that is son, Hasini. There are some more directors. This lot of experience, no? This IT guy, what do you think? Look at this one carefully. Is Hasini okay? Right? To some extent, she's having a degree. See, he's having a degree in biology. So that also related with this agriculture, marketing also. No? She's handling the marketing part. No, that's okay. Gayan Fonseca, okay. Experienced person. Sanka Virasuriya, okay. Is a PhD candidate. PhD hold actually. Already he's having a PhD. Mahin Silla, okay. Gihanso is okay. So I'm having some concern about Sapna plus the Subha. Do you agree with my point? There may be a lot of HR issues in this organization, possibly. Any comments? Do you agree with my point? I identify it as a weakness, right? So any point from your end? I would like to hear your voice also. Any concern from your end? No concern. I have a concern about this HR manager and the IT manager. Do you agree with my point? So don't think that ACA is very young, 33 is not sufficient. I think it's okay to a business like this. Right? Sandaman is saying yes. What about others? I have more concern about this This IT guy, just a diploma in IT, just 28 years old. So this organization have a lot of issues, no, in IT, right? This may not have the required competence. In this organization have 500 employees. Is that enough? This HR manager just have a diploma in HR, no other qualifications. Is that sufficient? There may be some concern on that. So I identify those as weaknesses. Right? Any more comment from your end? Right. Then organization structure. This HR guy is called as manager HR. Only 2 persons are there. So manage HR, the HR executives. Then there is a shortfall of the people also. We can assume that they do not have a proper HR divisions. Probably HR guy maybe report to some other divisional head, right? So there may not be a proper HR divisions. So look at this carefully. Look at this one. See, this IT guy, he is report to CFO. So there is no IT department. Concern. Right? There is no separate IT department. Should be a weakness. No proper IT divisions. Reporting to CFO. Concern. Head of head of IT is reporting to CFO. So then sometime this IT guy has to listen CFO's word. Concern. I feel there are some concern with the HR department also. Any comment? I think functionally it's okay that manager HR is going to is reporting to MD, but I think they don't have much developed divisions. In the exam paper, they may test a question related with this one. Right? If the HR issues are given, then one of the suggestion is to recruit qualified guy to HR divisions, maybe a solutions. Right. So anything else you want to add here? Right. Then we can move to next, that Annex 3 industry overview. So this can be used for few analyses. One is for 5 forces model. And at the same time, you can identify some threats and opportunities also from this. So SWOT, we can use this one as a helping tool to develop SWOT analysis also. Right. These 2 pages. So we'll look at about this also, industry overview. So another analysis we can do is 5 forces, and the pestle is another analysis we can do, 5 forces in pestle analysis. definitely you can analyze the leadership style also. Leadership style of the owner. What is the name of the owner? It was mentioned Saman Herath, no? So you can analyze the leadership style of Saman Herath also. Saman Herath. Right. So we'll go through industry overview also. Challenges faced by the industry. Sri Lanka, formerly known as Ceylon, is an island with an area of approximately 6,500-610 kilometers. Despite its relatively small size, Sri Lanka possesses a high level of biodiversity due to its varied climate and topographical conditions. Biodiversity is an advantage. No? So within a small space, we have a lot of biodiversity. Plants have been used for treating illness for over 1,000 years by folk system traditional medicine in Sri Lanka called Ayurveda, Siddhartha, Unani, and Deshiya Chikitsa. As a biologically diverse country in Asia, Sri Lanka currently possesses 29% of forest cover, 414.3 plant species distributed within 24 families and 155 genera. So should be an opportunity, no? Right? Sri Lanka is biodiverse country in Asia. This is an opportunity actually. And of these 1,025 plants, species are endemic to country. That means Lanka should be an opportunity that now. Right? So in our circumstances, we can identify it as an opportunity. I hope you are note down the things. Right. Then among the native flora of Sri Lanka, more than 1,400 plants are used in indigenous medicine. Many formula for medicinal preparation of the Sri Lankan traditional system of medicine are handed down from generation to generation or found only in the strip of old Ola leaf books treasured by traditional Ayurvedic practitioners. The study conducted by Kankanamge and others revealed the source of medicinal plant material that are obtained for numerous medicinal plant-based trade. About 71.13 of these medicinal plant herbal material are obtained from local sources, 20% are imported, while 2.87 are obtained through either route. It revealed that 80% of both pest and dye plant material contribute to the herbal industry. That it clearly implies the importance of medicinal plant in different system of medicine in Sri Lanka. Anything else we can take? Many formula for medicinal preparation of the Sri Lankan traditional system of medicine are handed down from generation to generation are found only in the strip of old Ola leaves, books treasured by traditional Ayurvedic practitioners. The study conducted by Kankanam and others revealed the source of medicinal plant material that are obtained for numerous medicinal plant-based trade. 26% are imported, no? So there may be some threat these days. What is the threat? Can someone let me know? The foreign currency problem faced by Sri Lanka is a threat for this type of industry. So foreign currency problem in Sri Lanka. So 26% of imports are affected. Imports are import products are affected due to that. The threats. Right. The herbal cosmetic industry has exponentially increased globally. How the manufacturing of herbal cosmetic product in Sri Lanka is still very limited. There are many constraints faced by herbal cosmetic model in Sri Lanka. Some of the main plant use are aloe vera, Bump F. Coccineum, Penestratum, Coluba, and Xanthum album, etc. I don't know, right? The meaning of these one. Aloe vera, you know that, no? Right? Other product, I don't know. Right? The highest number of plant to plant material used for manufacturing skincare product, followed by hair care and oral care. Right? The majority of plant were reported from the plant family Fabaceae, leaves for the widely used plant, whereas 10 plants spices were used as whole plant. Lack of a pure plant in Sri Lanka has led to the importation of 8 plant material required by the industry. And look at this, should be a threat for the industry, right? So should be a threat. Lack of a pure plant in Sri Lanka has led to the importation of 8 plant material required by the industry. Should identify as a threat. Right? It should be a threat. The major constraint faced by herbal cosmetic manufacturers include inadequate availability and poor quality of raw material. Should be a threat. Establishing proper cultivation system, implementing strategies for quality control of raw material, and conducting ethnobotany, ethno-pharmacological surveys to identify cosmetic production of medicinal plant and participating university to transfer technology for product development industry, of possible intervention for the development of the herbal cosmetic industry of Sri Lanka. So here there is an issue. Right. Here the issue is inadequate availability and poor quality of raw material. It's a threat for business survival. Then, so there are certain things suggested. We don't want to worry about that one, right? The global consumption of herbal cosmetic has shown spectacular growth in recent years due to the growing recognitions of long-term health benefit. What do you think about this one? The global consumption of herbal cosmetic has shown spectacular growth in recent years. Should be an opportunity, no? Right? According to the available market research, the current global natural and organic personal care products market is valued at approximately US $11 billion and expect to reach US $22 billion by 2022. Right? So these are opportunities actually. Thus, the global enormous demand for herbal cosmetics result in huge trade from local to the international level. Consequently, there are ample opportunities for Sri Lanka to expand its herbal cosmetic production through its unique biodiversity of medicinal flora and rich base of traditional knowledge. Right, these are opportunities. You can identify these points. I hope you are not down. I'm also typing the things. I will share the things at the end, right? These are opportunities. Right? So I have identified them as opportunities. Right. However, there has been a dearth of published cosmetic industry of Sri Lanka. Although herbal cosmetic industry has significantly increased throughout the world, the supply of herbal cosmetic products of Sri Lanka is still very limited. Therefore, it is crucial to identify major constraints faced by herbal cosmetic manufacturers, identify possible intervention for the development of the herbal cosmetic industry of Sri Lanka. At present, this has become a necessary area to be addressed within the country, as this is one of the industries which can easily capitalize the global trade. The objective of this person survey was to identify plant using commercialized herbal cosmetic product in Sri Lanka, especially under the categories of skin care, hair care, and oral care. Right. Any herbal products to be sold to the public must be registered under the Department of Ayurveda Sri Lanka. What do you think? What about that point? Any herbal product to be sold to the public must be registered in the Department of Ayurveda Sri Lanka. There is legal compliance, no? They may closely monitor you, right? So legal compliance to be right. So there are some legal compliance. Adherent to legal compliance. So that can be a threat. You have to adhere that one, otherwise they will take the actions against you. Right. In general, overview about herbal cosmetic manufacturers in Sri Lanka. Now, industry information is given. There are 13 large-scale manufacturers producing multiple products under the categories of skin care, hair care, and oral care, whereas small-scale manufacturers produce only single product. There are leading large-scale private sector herbal cosmetic manufacturers and a state herbal cosmetic manufacturer under the list of indigenous medicine in Sri Lanka. Totally 9 cosmetic manufacturers located in Colombo, Kanthur, and Gampa district belong to Western province, while 2 others are located in the Gold district of the Southern province and the Kandy district of the Central province, respectively. Of these 5 companies only cater to the local market, whereas 6 companies cater to both local and international market. So those are information related to the competitions. So this information can be used when you are doing the 5 process. Right? You can say there are 13 large-scale manufacturers, no? Produce multiple product. So you should use this information when you are developing the 5 process model. Threats. When you are analyzing the rival and existing players, you can use that information. Then multiple herbal cosmetic producers under skincare, hair care, and oral care categories are manufactured by the large manufacturers. Creams, lotions, soap, cleansers, gel, scrub, and masks are some of the main products manufactured under the skincare and hair care categories. While herbal toothpaste and mouthwashes are major products manufactured under the oral care category. Right. So with that, we can complete our discussions. This SWOT analysis, what are the additional point we can look at about that? Look at about some of the additional point relevant to SWOT analysis. So I will share the document later, right? So I will try to identify some more information in the SWOT analysis. Give me 1 second. I will share the document also. So we can add some of the common factors here under the SWOT analysis. What are those common things we can address? So if you look at the current environment in Sri Lanka, you can identify some factors will be this one. What are the factors we can identify? So are there any opportunities? A lot of threats are there. What are the threats we can add? What about the inflations? What about the exchange rate? What about the interest rate? So can we add them here? Anyone let me know? What do you think? Are there any threats with this current political situations? I can add a few threats. Political instability established. There's a political instability in the country. So I will add that one as a threat, right? Political instability. Anything else? Increasing interest rate. So what about interest rate? It will be more than 30%. No, the banks' borrowing rates will be increased. It will be more than 30%. HLB rate in the last auction held, it was over 28%. It's a threat. We can't right do business. We can't take loans. Yes, political instability. So we don't know what is going in this country. Right? So threats. Right? So anything else you prefer to add? Then what about the expected negative growth rate? Expected negative GDP growth rate? It's a threat for the business. Right? Another things I can add. So you can add more, right? You can add more. So what I will do is I will share this document with you, and you can increase further. And increase further. I will share both Word document plus the PDF also. Right. So you can see the document. So I have developed based on our discussion today. I have developed a SWOT analysis, strength, weaknesses, threats, opportunities. I have done this financial analysis. Then with the discussion with you, I try to identify some of the target areas also. Right. So you can do more analysis related with each one. Right. So I will share the document. Give me some few seconds. So I have there was an issue in the Word document. No? Give me 1 second. So I have received. I have shared both the Word and the PDF versions with you? Have received everyone in the discussion? Yes or no? So let me know someone. So whether you have received, go to the messages, chat box. Right. So you have received, no? Right. Okay, I will share this one with you further. Any questions before winding up the sessions? So my time is coming to end. So I have allocated 3 hours. Any questions? Yeah, you want to get some clarifications? No questions. No questions. Right. Then thank you very much for participating in the sessions. I hope you got something from my discussions, but it's up to you to do more analysis and become more familiar with the preceding informations. Right. So thank you very much for participating in sessions. We'll meet again with the similar sessions in the future. Right. Thank you very much.